What's up, YouTube? This is Team Taunt coming at you with another video. We're doing, this is kind of a tournament report / deck profile, so we're going to be doing these a little more often now. I think people like them. We're also going to start profiling some of our friends that just, not necessarily like team members stuff, just like people in our locals and stuff that just, we'd like to get their name out there, their deck profiles. If you guys have any deck profiles, you top, locals, regionals, whatever, send them to us. We'll post them up. Not picky. I don't care if they're meta. I don't care if they're rogue. Just let us know. So I'll talk about the tournament a little bit after the deck profile. So without any further ado, we'll just get into that. So start off, I played Shaddoll. So I'm playing the 3 Beast. Just single-handedly one of the best cards in the deck. Just massive amounts of draw power. Just lets you dig deeper. It's a very combo-based deck. So just this card can just give you that one combo piece that just makes the game. Playing the 2 Dragon, just MSTs basically. 3 is just too much. 2 Squamata. Some people are jumping on the bandwagon and playing 3 of this, and I don't really understand it because you're not really random milling, and even though this does thin, it also takes up an extra space for an unneeded card and opens the opportunity of drawing more of it. So the 2 seems to be a decent number. 2 Hedgehog. I'm only playing 2 of this just because there's times when you need this in deck to make like dad plays and stuff and OTKs, and if you've already drawn one or something and you still need one in deck, this is good. And then the 1 Falco, 1's still kind of enough. Every now and then I want a second one, but I mean, and generally it's still not bad at 1. And then for kind of the chaos part, I'm playing 1 BLS and the 1 Dad for bosses. Obviously just game winner, and Dad, same thing. This card, just people forget about this card or underestimate this card, and this card, there's just so many, I mean, there's hundreds of plays you can set this card up and just win on just this. And then I'm playing the 2 White Dragon and 2 Black Dragon. A lot of people play like 3 white and 1 black, but I just found that I needed the black a little more, where like I would have like, a Wyvern Engrave or something, and just I needed the access to the dark, like banishing a light. So the Black Dragon I actually don't hate that much. I kind of like it, plus it gives you more searches. The ratio just kind of works like this. I like it. And then the 1 Wyvern, like I just said, search your dad. Playmaker, best light to send to the graveyard for fusion and whatnot, so on and so forth. And then playing the 3 Denko-Dolls. This card just creates win conditions by itself. This just uninterrupted plays is just way more than enough. This just blows out BA. It just helps in general against a lot. The only bad matches really, I'm not a huge fan of it in the mirror because a lot of people are falling to playing less and less traps. And it's kind of just subpar against Cleave-4. But it's still a good card, and BA is still being a majority deck. Especially at my locals, this card's just really good. And then 3 Mathematicians. Shout out to our teammate Sonny. He got me all 3 of these. I wouldn't be able to play this without this. These are perfect. And then 1 Felice, mostly for the Cleave-4 matchup. I sided out a lot, but it just gives me access to the extra deck a little bit more, especially for Cleave-4, just clearing their cards off, and that's pretty good. And it's an extra light, so I guess if you don't need it, you can always send it and get it out of deck. And then 3 Shaddoll Fusion for spells. That was it for monsters. And the 3 Shaddoll, pretty standard, staple stuff. You kind of got to play 3 of all of them. And then 2 MSTs. I'm only playing 2. I'm siding the 3rd one. I'm only playing 2 because the Denko is usually enough. And the matchups that it's not, I just put in the 3rd MST. But for the most part, the 2 does just fine. And then I'm playing 2 Hidden Armories. Just started playing these today. I took them, and this card just worked phenomenally for me. I had no problems with the card. It opened up the OTKs. It opened up just game-breaking things today. So I was a very big fan of this card. And to go along with that, I was playing the 1 Refusion and the 1 Snatch Steal. I mean, everyone knows Snatch Steal is a game winner and just steals so much. And Refusion is just there's just a lot of little silly plays you can do this. Like you can make like a Leo off of a Falco and a Construct, add a fusion back, then refusion the Construct right back, and then send another card because it only has to be special for that effect. Or you can just fuse with one of your fusions already on board, get a fusion back and then refusion the same fusion back, so on and so forth. They're just big, multiples of big monsters out. That's what this helps do. And then 1 Raigeki, 1 Foolish, and 1 Allure. All pretty standard one-ofs. No explanation really, just help make OTKs with the Raigeki. Foolish is just, it's play starters, whatever, draw, an MST, whatever you need this to be kind of becomes an Allure. It just helps you dig deeper. It's still a combo deck. And then 1 core, only trap I'm playing, kind of following the Paul Cooper thing. I feel like playing traps kind of inhibits you and makes you want to play, or makes you want to go first in a deck that OTKs. So it kind of holds you back, opposed to like playing this 1 trap, usually just to send it and then add fusions back is fine, because then I can choose to go second and then make big game pushes where I don't have to set traps or anything. So this ratio for everything just works out really well. I'm a big fan of it. And then I get into the extra deck. I'm doing the obligatory 3 construct. Gotta play them. These I've gone through 3 so many times. I was playing 1 Sheki Naga today, but I'm actually going back to playing 2. I was playing, in place of the Sheki Naga today, I was actually playing 2 for quite a while, and I dropped 1 to play the Black Rose, and me not having the second Sheki Naga actually cost me a game today in top, and I never made the Black Rose, never needed to make the Black Rose, so this is going back to 2, and this card's just really good. Today what happened was, I had a Sheki Naga on board and top 4, and I had an El Shaddoll set and a Mathematician in hand. And I was playing against Burning Abyss, shout out to Jackson Luden. I played him already once that day, I beat him, so he was trying to get his revenge that day, and I can't be salty, like I kind of sacked him hard before top, and then in top we had just grinded out. He didn't really have anything. He had searched a Snatch Steal with a Hidden Armory, and I knew he had it, but I played it, thinking I could El Shaddoll into another one when he tried to take it, and then realized I didn't have it. I had the Black Rose, so like I said, no situation came up where I ever needed a Black Rose, but this came up today, so this is going back to 2. And 2 window, just pretty standard. The only time I've ever even considered 3 is against Burning Abyss when you're just in the grind with them. But this is perfect. The 2 just really help out. You chain El Shaddoll to a Burning Abyss monster or to a guy and it just stops them, and then they just set, pass. This just keeps you in a really good position. And then for the synchros, I'm playing 1 Leo, 1 Arcanite, 1 Goyo, and 1 Armades. Just in standard, like the best synchros to play with. This is just like Mathematician and Falco can make this. And this thing in the mirror match or against Burning Abyss, even like when they're just floating on monsters, they can't activate anything. Goyo is just a big body most of the time. I very rarely need to use his effect, but the 28 attack is just better than Psyhemoth in my opinion. But Psyhemoth has its purposes too, so I understand. Arcanite, pretty self-explanatory. Pop cards, and Leo's just untargetable, so a lot of like BA have a really hard time dealing with this card. They can deal with the main phase too, but you can just like make this and pass, or like when they don't have traps, like this thing is just incredibly hard to deal with. And for the Ixies, I'm playing the 1 Exiton, 1 Lavalval Chain, 1 Emerald, and 1 Castell. Exiton, obvious reasons. Lavalval Chain, kind of a playmaker, like sending Wyverns and stuff, or sending cards to start plays, cards to get to the graveyard, so on and so forth. Emerald's main purpose in here is just to get darks out of my grave to make Dad live. Every time I think I've ever actually hit him, to be honest, was to get my dark count down. So, if you got like 6, 7 darks, pulling 3 darks out, putting them back in the deck gets that countdown. If you got like a Chaos Monster or something, you can just make the Dad live. So that's pretty good, and Castell just kind of gets rid of everything. And then I got my side. I'm doing the 3 Vanities Fiends. I feel like these are just better than Majesty still. I talked about it a little bit in my old Burning Abyss deck profile. I just infinitely like this card better than Majesty just because this card is so much harder to deal with than Majesty. And simply that. Just in the mirror, this just destroy. And I never really side in the tribute monsters for Burning Abyss mirrors or like matches anyway, so. And then 3 Puppet Plants, which was probably my MVP today. I played against 2 Burning Abyss, and this won me both of my games. Just ridiculous card. I double Puppet Planted and Snatch Stealed on Jackson one game. It's like a game 2 I did that to him. I just took 3 of his monsters and then very little effort and won. And then the game 3 I Puppet Plant Snatch Stealed, so he's just taking his monsters. This card was just incredibly MVP today. And then 2 Maxis for BA. Like I said, I usually go second, so this against Burning Abyss, they open Tour Guide or whatever. They're going to try to make it Dante, so like minimally this is usually at least a +1. Then 2 Twisters, just 4th and 5th MST most of the time. one MST. It's mostly for locals. Like I probably wouldn't play the 2 Twisters at a regional or anything. Maybe versus Cleefort, but I just have a lot of rogue. A lot of people running like really funky floodgates, so this was pretty good there. 1 Book of Moons because I didn't have it main. It's still good against BA. 1 Mind Control, Mirror. So this card can just change tides sometimes, and then 2 Fairy Wind. Cleefort obviously decks to play a lot of floodgates. This card didn't go in very much. I'm probably gonna drop it just because since I don't play traps and I go first. These will probably end up becoming something like a Night Beam, just so I can try to OTK Cleefort faster. I don't want to go into the grind with them. And then, now we can talk about the tournament a little bit today. I ended up making the top 4. I was 4-0, going into top 8, and then beat that. My first round today, I played against Insectors. He beat me game 1. Won game 2 and 3. Second round was Shaddoll Mirror. I played Eddie Workman in that one, and same thing, lost game 1, OTK'd my first turn game, because I kept making him go first, OTK'd my game 2 and game 3, I managed to get an OTK also. Round 3, played Burning Abyss, and just, I 2-0, just OTK'd, and then game 4, that was when I played Jackson the first time, lost game 1, and then, like I said, the Puppet Plant stuff just won me out game 2 and 3. Then top 8, I played team member Alicia, actually, ironically enough. She's playing Harpies. I 2-0'd her. And then I played Jackson again in top 4. And just, like I said, that Shekinaga thing happened. And it's the game, so it happens. So that's kind of how today went, guys. So, like I said, next week I'll be uploading, I'm actually going to be uploading one of our friends, Craig Burke. He's going to have a deck profile for his Burning Abyss deck that went undefeated today, took first. He was 13-0 with it. So, yeah, you guys will see what his build looked like next week. So, like always, rate, comment, and subscribe, guys.